of Texas. All right. Here's Texas. Here's Texas right here. All right. So I'll get to this handy map. So the thing is with Texas, this is a giant amount of land, right? It's a giant amount of land. And Mexico had just become independent. Who did Mexico become independent from? Spain. Mexico actually went down all the way down to the border of the South, and all of this included Mexico too. After the Mexican War, we literally took half of Mexico's land, right, in 1848. Texas was part of Mexico's land. And they wanted, the Mexican government wanted people to come in to occupy it because they needed residents, right? So Stephen F. Austin, who did go to Transy, was granted a bunch of land to parcel out to people who wanted to come and start farms in the Mexican Texas. People who came over had to be Catholic, and they could not have slavery. Why they have to be Catholic?
Because their religions.
Because almost all Mexicans were Catholic, and still most of them are. And slavery had been, Mexico actually emancipated all their slaves in 1830. Anybody coming into Texas, there could be no more slavery. Guess what people did as they went into Texas? Did they overwhelmingly become Catholic? A no. Did they give up their slaves? A no. Alright? So, in response to this, Santa Anna, who was the dictator of Mexico, who, as I say, tried or couldn't get into Transy, or did not go to Transy, rather. Santa Anna did not go to Transy, but went to Center. I'm just kidding. Center is a wonderful university. He decided to take all the rights from these Texans, right? You're not going to be Catholicized. You're going to bring these slaves in. We're taking away all of your rights. Well, in response to Santa Anna, Texas declared its independence from Mexico in 1836, and they put Sam Houston in charge of the Texas Army. So in response to Texas declaring its independence, if you're Santa Anna, what do? If you are a dictator of a country and a part of your country decides it's independent, do you let them get away with that? No, so you invade. And they went through a little city called Fort Goliad, and then obviously you've heard about the Alamo, right? Outside of San Antonio. And so when Santa Anna goes in, he slaughters everybody. Did you guys see the drunk history about the Alamo?
No.
You saw it, Hannah? And so the Alamo's wiped out, Goliad's wiped out, and Sam Houston fights back. And at San Jacinto, at the Battle of San Jacinto, Santa Anna loses to Sam Houston. And he is forced to sign a treaty. Now, here's the border of Texas, right? Santa Anna. Alright, here's the border of Texas. I actually sort of like the border of Texas. That's probably the best drawing I've ever done in my life. I literally got a C in art in high school. Our art teacher graded on talent, not on effort. So like if you tried real hard but weren't very good, you still got C's. They don't do that here, do they? Like if you try, they'll give you an A, right? No. My place, it just sucked. His name was Bob Bowman. You suck. Alright. Well, I doubt he watches this, but just in case.
What if he does?
That he sees that you shouldn't grade based on talent. I tried. Literally, the lowest grade I got in high school was art. That's ridiculous, right? When they signed this border right here, as you know today, is the Rio Grande. You know that?
Yes.
The Rio Grande. Alright? There's another river, which I will make blue, called the Nueces River. Well, this is going to be when Santa Anna signs these treaties after he lost the Battle of San Jacinto. He feels like the southern border was the Nueces. The Americans believe, or the Texans believe it was the Rio Grande. That's going to be a point of contention later on when we actually get to the Mexican War. We're going to come back and revisit this. But isn't it odd, and this isn't how we learn, it's not how we learn in Texas, why did Santa Anna invade these places? Because aren't we told the people of the Alamo are heroes? I mean, sure they are. And the people of Texas stood up to Santa Anna, the dictator. Why was Santa Anna invading? Because they wanted to keep their slaves. Santa Anna was trying to get rid of slavery in Texas. That's not how we learn it, is it? I'm not saying Santa Anna's a good guy. In fact, he seems like a douche in everything I've read. Not to trample on a dead man's grave. But it's a little bit different than you usually learn. Hannah, if you could stop it. Tomorrow we get to Jackson's reaction.